A plane out of control was heading straight for the ground. Then a violent explosion erupted. This was a disaster predicted 50 years ago. 50 years ago, a little girl wrote a page full of mysterious numbers. These numbers corresponded to the dates of major global disasters. When Cage got home that evening, he found out that the death toll from the plane crash was 81, matching the number of casualties in the prophetic numbers. Thinking about how this disaster had unfolded before his eyes, yet he couldn't stop it. Cage was lost in thought. To find a way to prevent future disasters, he tracked down the teacher of the girl who had written the prophetic numbers. He wanted to know more about the girl from 50 years ago. The teacher told him the girl had passed away, but she had a daughter. Cage then found the daughter to seek help because another major disaster was set to occur in a few days. Cage wanted to learn more about her mother's situation. When the daughter heard Cage talking about her mother, her face suddenly changed. Without saying a word, she turned and walked away as if she were deliberately avoiding the topic. Cage had no choice but to inform the police of the time and place of the next disaster, hoping they would be able to prevent it. But the police didn't believe him at all. They thought he was just crazy. Desperate to stop the disaster, Cage waited until the day it was supposed to happen. He went to the subway station where the disaster was set to occur, hoping to prevent it from unfolding. Then he noticed a man acting suspiciously. Cage thought he might be the source of the disaster, so he chased after him. But after finally cornering the man, he realized the guy was just selling DVDs. Just as Cage was about to give up, the real disaster occurred. As the subway train approached the platform, it suddenly derailed. Even though Cage had predicted this disaster, he had no ability to stop it. Cage felt deeply saddened. When he returned home dejected, he found a mother and daughter sitting at his doorstep. It turned out that Nami had heard about the subway derailment. She now believed that the prophecies her mother wrote were true and wanted to help Cage figure out how to prevent the next disaster. However, the last set of numbers in the prophecy were 2 letters. To figure out what those letters represented, Nami took Cage to her mother's old house. Once inside, they found walls covered with newspapers about various disasters. Eventually, they discovered a note under the bed written by her mother. To their surprise, the final set of numbers in the prophecy was actually the end of the world. Just then they heard the sound of a horn outside. They quickly ran outside and saw a mysterious man in the distance. Cage grabbed his gun and chased after him, cornering the man at a dead end. The man simply opened his mouth, and the next second a white light shot out. Cage couldn't believe it when the mysterious man vanished into thin air. Who the mysterious man was remained a mystery, but the most important thing now was to figure out how to stop the coming apocalypse. Nami believed that the mysterious numbers predicting the disaster were probably something her mother had just written randomly. She couldn't figure out what disaster could destroy all living things in just one day. The next day, Cage noticed that Nami's daughter was drawing something on the ground. It was a drawing of the sun. Instantly, Cage had an epiphany. He rushed to the lab. He guessed that the final prophecy about the mysterious numbers was related to a solar flare. If the sun flared up, that extreme heat would scorch the earth, wiping out all life. Looking at the sun, which seemed to be growing larger, a sense of ominous dread filled him.